Doug, have you seen this trailer yet?
I have seen it, so I'm
I
very
have
curious.
not.
Yes, I'm curious to know what you're going to think about it. We both had some impulse reactions to the look of Bill Skarsgård taking on the role of Eric Draven. I've only seen it get slight positive reception, pretty much. I feel like everyone's on the same boat with how he looks. Very Suicide Squad. I called it Juggalo John Wick. That's what it looked like in my eyes, but I'm not going to say anything about the trailer until you watch it.
So apparently he looks very similar to some later renditions of the Crow comics. Because I don't know a whole lot about the comics, but my tattoo artist does, and I was getting my knee tattooed earlier. Fucking brutal. 3 hours right on the kneecap.
Like a rhinoceros eating at it.
It's still throbbing right now. But he was telling me about there's like the Crow follows different people. So it's not just Eric Draven. And one of the iterations was a guy that looked very similar to this.
That's cool that they want to make it comic book accurate to some degree. But you're telling me that no one took a look at this off the page and didn't think to themselves that it looked a little bit like Jared Leto's Joker from Suicide Squad? I don't believe that.
I mean, yeah, a little bit. But look, I am not... I'm going to watch this trailer open-minded. I have no... I mean, yeah, we've joked around about the way he looks, but I'm going to give you my honest thoughts. So,
and you just recently watched The Crow again the other night.
I did. We'll talk about that after the trailer, but let's go ahead and jump on into this. Whoops.
I'm not here. You can only hear my annoying voice.
All right, Doug, are you ready to watch this again?
I am so ready. I'm ready to watch it through your eyes.
This is first time watch here. Here we go. Oh, it's the Crow, isn't it? All right.
You didn't see that come. I'm going to fly over to your house and crow all morning.
Boy, he died on Tuesday. Okay, first thoughts here. I don't think it looks that bad. It doesn't look like an abomination or anything. I'm kind of intrigued. There were some cool shots in the movie.
Intrigued is the word I'd use for sure.
Looks like it's going to be a bloody good romp.
A romp. A romp is a good word too. And I thought this, upon seeing the trailer, I was like, okay, it looks fun. I just don't see. It's just very John Wicky and very action heavy.
And I was like, that way.
Yeah, like it looks cool. It looks cool. I like Bill Skarsgård. I think he has a habit of taking on like these like iconic roles and remaking them, like Pennywise and this. Not a bad choice for them. But I don't know. I just don't like this. Doesn't really carry the spirit of The Crow.
Well, the original Crow is pretty action heavy. I mean, there's a lot of fight scenes and.
Is it like this though? Like, cause this was like straight up like you could just replace Bill Skarsgård with Keanu Reeves and it's John Wick.
I mean, that's a fair point, sure. But speaking of John Wick, he died on the set of The Crow. The guy that did all his stand-in shots and was kind of his replacement is the director of John Wick.
Yes, Chad Stalansky or something like that. I feel like we talked about this. Yeah, and he was really tight knit with Keanu Reeves, which is pretty cool. Because because he was pretty much, he went through like the Matrix with him and all that stuff. But I don't, like you said, it doesn't look like garbage. It looks like a fun ride.
Sure.
But how much will it measure up to the original Crow? Are people going to be able to separate this from the original Crow?
Well, I don't think it's trying to do that. I mean, the original Crow has like a certain aesthetic to it that you just can't recapture. It's like a 90s metal video. It has that vibe to it. While I like the original Crow, it's not a flawless movie. It's got some cheese to it.
Oh, I feel like that's what adds the charm to it. Like, but like that grittiness that the camera is able to capture, it just doesn't seem like they're doing it. It seems more cinematic.
Yeah.
In a way, which
it is a little
weird to say.
Yeah.
What were you going to say?
I said it is a little slick and polished.
Yeah. Which, like, you know, again, they're trying to go for a whole different energy with this movie. I like the shot of Bill Skarsgård like coming out of the blood.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, there's some really sweet shots in it. And Danny Houston is a solid villain. I mean, he's great in a lot of things. I'm worried that it's going to be convoluted and they're going to pack a lot of shit into it and it's going to be longer than it should be, because I feel like a lot of these newer horror movie remakes or whatever, they're just like this movie looks like it could be bloated and it looks like it could be a whole lot of filler, which I hope it's not.
Maybe not. That's why it's important to remain optimistic. Don't get your jimmies all rusty. The movie hasn't even come out. And
don't put your Jimmy hats on yet. Stay protected.
Hey, here's a question. Something I was thinking about. Do you think people are so defensive of the original Crow because Brandon Lee died while making it?
Well, the director is, for one. Yeah, I think a lot of people think that it tarnishes Brandon Lee's legacy. That's like his last movie. He put a lot of heart and soul into it. I mean, kind of tragic the way it happened. I think, again, or people can believe that this is kind of carrying on Brandon Lee's legacy. I'm sure Bill Skarsgård is not a stranger to the Crow. I'm sure like he was into the movie growing up. I mean, he seems to like the horror gothic type of thriller genre. And if the movie does end up being just awful, I don't think he would be to blame for it.
No. I mean, look, Bill Skarsgård is good in everything I've seen. And from what I see on this trailer, he's not going to be the issue if it does suck. I mean, say what you want about his image. I get it. He looks like a SoundCloud rapper or whatever.
Doesn't help that the Post Malone song playing over the trailer really drives that SoundCloud point home.
Yeah, but would people be happier if he just looked exactly like Eric Draven in 94 with the kind of gothic look? People would be like, oh, they can't even do something original.
If you're remaking a movie like this of like, you know, cult status, no one's going to be happy. Either way,
right?
Side is going to complain.
And you know, all this talk about like ruining the legacy of the Crow. Need we remind you that Edward Furlong was the Crow in one of the sequels?
Yeah, that is true. Was that the second one, or was that like there's like 5 Crow movies? Yeah,
I think that was like the 4th one or something.
That's a good point that you bring up, because if anyone tarnished Brandon Lee's legacy, it's them continuing the franchise, and it was like straight to video practically.
Yeah, so I found this at a garage sale a few months back, the Crow DVD set, and it's got, of course, the original. It has what I think is an underrated sequel, The Crow City of Angels. I like this movie. Deftones is in it. They're jamming in the street. My first introduction. First time I ever listened to Korn was on this soundtrack.
We talked about that during our new metal episode.
Yeah, but then there's this one with Kirsten Dunst and Eric Mabius. I've never seen this one.
I don't even know the person you just named. I have no idea who that is.
Yeah. So, I mean, the point is, there's been a lot of different iterations of The Crow. Maybe they shouldn't have named it The Crow. Maybe The Crow dead ass busting on God, whatever.
The Crow, no cap.
And I wonder what's the soundtrack going to be like, because The Crow always comes with the soundtracks. The original is iconic. The Crow City of Angels is good, but yeah.
I mean, did you hear what song was playing over the trailer? I think it's going to be a little, bussin' for real.
Is that I was like, is that Ozzy Osbourne?
On a Post Malone song, yes.
Okay, I've never heard that song.
It's a good song. I mean, I like Post Malone, but like, it's just, and it's fine. Like, that's what, I don't know. Obviously, they're going for the demographic of like teenagers here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what they're into. Like that style of music, like the trap, like the hard rock trap, like Suicide Boys type of stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes sense why they would put it in the trailer. Again, I feel like people our age, we're going to cringe a little at it because it's like the younger generations shit. But like, again, if they just copied it, then it would be like totally unnecessary. So like, this is a new iteration of The Crow. Trailer looks fun. That's it. If it's just dumb fun, that's fine with me. But yeah, I'm not going to totally dismiss it.
Yeah, I think you said it best earlier that no matter what they do, you're not going to please everybody.
Absolutely.
So,
listen, all that we could hope for is that the movie is good, no matter what it is. All we want is a good movie. If it's awful, it's kind of a waste.
Is there another movie like The Crow that has such a tragic story tied to it? I mean, Brandon Lee was supposed to be married a week after he wrapped filming on The Crow.
Wow.
I mean, has a major actor, I mean, he didn't even begin to hit his peak yet. Brandon Lee was probably going to be one of the biggest stars of the 90s.
He could have taken on a lot of action roles, a lot of horror roles. But two come to mind. Heath Ledger with The Dark Knight. That was pretty tragic.
Yeah.
Because he won an award posthumously at the Oscars, and he created one of the most iconic villain roles ever in like a movie. Like, that's insane.
Yeah, Heath Ledger, but he didn't die on set. In the middle of a scene.
Didn't the dude playing Jesus Christ in The Passion of the Christ, didn't he die on set?
I don't think so.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't.
Who played him? Jim Caviezel?
I have no idea. I never saw it.
I never saw the whole thing, but I did look up a compilation on YouTube where like all the scenes where Jesus Christ gets like fucked up, just to like
gets fucked up. Gets his ass whooped.
Just to see what it was all about. Like, I wanted to see like the level of brutality that Mel Gibson brought to this project, but without seeing the whole movie.
I kind of want to watch it, to be honest. I never did.
We could do a review on that if you want to watch it.
But yeah, I think it's safe to say that there's not a more tragic story in cinema history than Brandon Lee and The Crow, especially given the subject matter of the movie that deals so heavily with death and resurrection. Yeah. And it's kind of creepy when you go back and watch it.
What actually happened to him on set? It's been a while since I heard the story. Did something
I don't know the specifics. There's videos out there that break it down, but essentially they were using live rounds in the guns that have the same effect as like you get the explosion at the end of the barrel, but something got lodged in it and they fired the shot, and it killed him.
That's just fucking awful, man. And then no wonder why people are, unfortunately, it's still happening today. I mean, hopefully no longer with the whole like Alec Baldwin situation and the other prop master, doing something with the gun and not really testing it or making sure it was safe to use. Like, it sucks that people aren't more cautious on set with these people. That's a major thing. To like point a gun at someone and actually go off, like your career, your life is kind of over.
Yeah, the guy that shot Brandon Lee, he's like one of the main villains in the movie. I think David Patrick Kelly, but he was like fucked up from all that for a long time. He quit acting for a couple years. Never saw the movie.
Oh, wow.
Even like before he passed away a few years ago.
I mean, it's not his fault. He's the one pulling the trigger, but he was, as an actor, you hope that the prop master whose, job it is to keep everything safe did their job correctly. I don't think she died on set, but the little girl in Poltergeist.
Yeah.
She was
Heather O'Rourke. Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right. She was super young when she died.
Yeah, but not on set, though.
Not on
while
set.
Filming a movie. I mean, the only thing I can compare
I'm
it
just
to is
tragic.
Dimebag Darrell getting murdered on stage while he's performing. I mean, that's the only thing.
I shed a goddamn tear when that news came out.
Same here.
I remember exactly where I was. I heard about it at like 9 a.m. and I was in 2005, right?
2004.
2004? All right. I was in
2004.
Sam Ash did like a Dimebag like tribute guitar type of thing that was like the Razorback, and I had like the whole display of it, like the whole display of the guitar. I wish I still had that fucking thing. But unfortunately I do not.
But yeah, that's the only thing I can think of. Like Brandon Lee, Dimebag. Okay, Nova's crying. She wants to get on camera.
You could be the star of the show, Nova. Are you sure she wants to be seen on camera?
She's not too happy to be picked up. Okay, go sit down. Yeah, The Crow. I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm curious to see. I can still love the original and appreciate this one. It's not. I mean, I get it. It's a beloved movie. Brandon Lee died while making it, but that doesn't mean that if it comes out and it's a good movie that you have to convince yourself that it sucks, even though deep down you're actually kind of digging it. I kind of hate when that happens.
Yeah, it's kind of like masking your true feelings, which is unfortunate. And no one's saying that you're not, if you like the new Crow movie, that doesn't mean that you love the original any less. You just like another version of The Crow. It's a totally different movie. I mean, I think we're kind of detached from the fandom a little bit because, like, I like The Crow, but I'm not like a crazed fan of it.
Same.
Safe to say, neither are you. But there are a lot of people who like center their whole personality on The Crow and have since they first saw it. And it's a great movie. I enjoy it a whole lot, but maybe in our eyes.
Look at Sting, dropping down from the rafters with the bat.
It's Sting, by God.
This is absolutely hard. Oh, Tony, look at this! Look at this!
Yeah, I wonder what the thought process behind the makeup was, because again, people wouldn't be happy if he went with the traditional
Sting makeup.
Well, yes, we'll call it Sting makeup.
I mean, the thing it could have been. I feel like there could have been so many iterations that could have happened.
I mean, maybe here's my one gripe: just give him long hair. Don't give him like the bangs that look like he cut it himself with plastic scissors. Come on, look at those fucking things.
Well, they gave him like the vegan feminist bangs.
Hey, why you gotta bring veganism into it? Okay,
hey, I eat vegan shit too. If I could have those bangs, I would.
Okay,
but my hair's thinning. It won't look good. But I
So
mean,
what we're saying is keep an open mind, people.
yes, yeah. Especially, I mean, people would probably say that to us about like Scream and Halloween, but hey,
I tell you all the time, anytime whatever preconceived notions I have, once that movie starts and the lights go down, I'm like, okay, clean slate. If it turns out to be great, I'll eat my words. I'll look like an idiot, whatever. I'll admit it. But until we see the movie, we just don't know.
and I feel like people should go see the movie. Go see it if you want to have an opinion on it. I don't subscribe to the fact that you could hate on something if you don't see the movie. If you see it and you don't like it and you hate it, fine, talk about it. But if you don't see it,
Yeah,
you have no solid points to lean on.
I refuse to watch it.
Like, all right, like,
I'll watch it.
it's fine. You find a bootleg of it on Project Free TV. You don't have to give the studio your money, but I don't know. I like seeing movies in the theater. I feel like if it's going to be shitty, at least I'll have a theater experience to talk about.
Yeah.
Speaking of theater experiences, Late Night with the Devil comes out this weekend, and it is in wide release, so I don't give a fuck if you don't go to the Alamo. Go to AMC and see it.
Nice. I definitely will. I didn't know it was coming out this weekend.
Hell yeah, baby. And also Immaculate.
I'll let you watch that one and you let me know.
I don't have too many high hopes for it, but I have faith in Sydney Sweeney. If anything, she's going to be great in it.
I'm just using you as like my shield for a lot of these shitty movies, like Imaginary. You're like, dude, you got to go see it. It's like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, because we need to review it.
Look, you know how they say vote with your dollars? If we keep giving our money to these generic Blumhouse movies, they're going to keep making them.
They don't make it for that much money anyway. even if it's just us two not seeing it, people are still seeing these movies. Even though I did go at like 11 a.m. and there was no one else in the theater.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll catch it one day. All right, Doug, that is our review of the Crow trailer.
That's it, baby.
Yeah, if you are still watching, thanks so much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button. Smash that like button. Hit the notification bell. Whatever. Is there anything else?
Follow us on Instagram at the Spook House Podcast.
Yeah, do all that stuff.
Yeah,
why are we talking like this?
Promote. Let's get ready to rumble and tumble for you. I'll tumble for you. I'll tumble. Culture Club?
All right. Okay. All right. The Crow Club.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
See what you're doing there. Okay. AI didn't write that.
No, they didn't. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out, y'all.